What's going on, y'all? We are back tonight, right for my birthday. On top of that, and we are with my favorite agent. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
My favorite. You are my favorite. You're my favorite agent. I mean, because I can't be selfish with all of it. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? You're my favorite agent.
Okay.
And we are getting into why she became an agent, why real estate is so important in Cleveland, and just how she balances being a mom, working full time, and still helping you guys find a home, sell your home, all that good stuff, right? And I just want to, once again, it's about my birthday tomorrow, y'all, so I'm about to talk my stuff right now.
Let's go.
We are doing it big at the Pull Up Experience.
Huge.
You know
Turning the big 40. 40.
I like that. But besides me turning 40, you're right. I'm not turning 40, y'all. I'm turning 35. But besides that, our podcast is turning big numbers too, by the way.
Big numbers.
So listen, y'all. Tonight, and this episode not gonna be any different. So let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Okay, go.
What's up, y'all? So Brennan didn't tell you her name. This is Joi, y'all.
I am tripping.
This, as he said, is one of the premier up-and-coming agents here in the city of Cleveland. Now, y'all know Cleveland is one of the best places to invest right now.
Absolutely.
There's so many different areas of Cleveland depending on what type of style you have when it comes to your investment strategy. But we all know you got to find somebody you can know, love, and trust. And Joi is just that person. So if having any type of happiness or joy was a part of your New Year's resolution, make sure you stay tuned because she finna give it all up today, y'all.
You want a house?
Oh, yeah.
2022.
Come see
You know,
Jois.
She got the keys.
I got the keys.
So tell us more about you, Joi. Who are you? What's up?
Oh, my goodness. Tell you about me. I mean, I'm Joi. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you know, either like me or you love me.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it, you know. Obviously, I'm a mom, but that's not who I am.
Of
you know,
course.
being a mom isn't who I am. I'm an entrepreneur. That's not who I am. But,
multifaceted.
yeah. I mean, I try to be well-rounded person, but I'm a person that just loves to like be with family, hang out with cool people. I'm just, I don't even know how to put it.
She being modest, y'all. So let me
She
tell you.
I don't know how to put it.
She being modest. So
No,
let me tell
I'm
y'all.
not being modest, but I'm not being modest. But when you say like, who am I? Like,
It's a loaded question.
it's a loaded
Yeah.
question. It really is a loaded
Definitely
question.
is.
And I think a lot of people get it confused with like who you are versus
What
what
you
you do.
Yeah.
You know.
That's good.
And I think I'm an honest person. I think I'm a trustworthy person. Like, that's who I am. I'm the person that you know, when you need someone to talk to, people call me, or they need a listening ear or a shoulder to cry on. Like, I'm the giver, but, you know, I'm also not going to take advantage of either. You know, like, I'm a giver. Like, I'm a kind heart. I'm a loving person. I'm an ever-growing and evolving person. So, I mean, it's just like you said, it's a loaded question. So it's like I'm a lot of things. I'm kind of adaptable, you know, to my environment. Like, you know, I'm kind of a get-it-done type of person. Like, if something needs to get done, it can get done. And I'll make it happen, like, make a way, you know? But, yeah, like...
So listen to what she said, you guys, because it's a great indicator when you are looking for somebody to help guide you through the process. You understand the type of person that they are, so that you can understand if you can mesh with them. What I love that she said, especially when you make such a emotional decision when it comes to buying anything or spending money on anything. She said, I'm a giver, I'm the listening ear, I'm flexible. Those are great qualities that we look for in an agent, period. And I know you're still on your journey to be like the best agent, top selling agent in Cleveland, but tell us about your journey so far. Like, how did you even get started? How did we get here?
Okay, so this is gonna sound really funny, but I feel like every entrepreneur says this, and they're like, "Oh, I'm like not meant to work for people, or I'm not meant to." Which I don't mind having a job. You know, I had a pretty fun job in my past life. I used to be a flight attendant, and it was a great job. Awesome. It was a great job. You know, I got to meet a lot of different people. It was a great experience. It like definitely helped mold me and shape me, broaden my perspective, my viewpoint, everything. And so, but it never was like, I like to be home. Like, I don't like to be away. And obviously being a flight attendant, you're away all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't like, I like to be home. I like to be with my family. That's where I feel the most grounded. Like, this is my foundation, so that's where I feel the most grounded. No pun intended, because I'm flying all the time. So, like, I've always been interested in real estate. But I never really knew how to get into it. I was like, maybe I'll try to be a wholesaler, because I was trying to, maybe I'll just do that, read a book, and I could do that. But there's a lot of groundwork that goes in. Like, you have to be boots on the ground to be a wholesaler. Like, you have to be out here cold calling, door knocking.
That's where I got started.
Like, it's a lot of work. And obviously flying, I'm not home enough to do all that, And so I'm like, okay, well, I watch a lot of TV, HGTV. And I'm like, like, I'm watching these TV shows. I'm like, well, maybe I'll just try to get my license and see where that takes me. And I just feel like for what I see in the image that a real estate professional holds, I feel like it's somebody that has it together. Like, they got their shit together. You came here with these dad pants on.
Oh my God.
But I just feel like it's somebody that's bossy, that's got it together. Like, you out here, because we know in real estate, if you don't kill, you don't eat. You gotta get your, you gotta get out here and get your money. And so it's just kind of like, I'm like, okay, maybe I can try to do that. And obviously, we all know real estate. 90% of millionaires are created through real estate. I'm a pending millionaire, but
it's loading,
definitely loading, charging up. But that's kind of what kind of pushed me toward it. And I also feel like another thing that pushed me toward real estate is that the opportunities that it could bring for me and everybody coming up behind me.
Absolutely.
So I feel like, okay, because people think, oh, you just buying some houses, but it's really not just buying some houses. You're in the business of building relationships, and this is a business that's, it's not what you know, it's who you know. So if you can get in with the right circles and the right people and everything, you can be, you'll be a top producing agent, or you'll be, so it's definitely like, you have to get yourself out there. So it's been quite a journey. I'm not even gonna, it's been quite a journey of, lessons, hard lessons. It's ups and downs. No deal is the same as the last one. It's been a lot of things that's crazy, but that's what kind of got me here. And I feel like I feel like that is God's calling on my life. Like, I feel like He's going to use me through real estate somehow, some way. I don't really know it, but I feel it. Like, it's kind of like I can't give up on this quite yet.
That's what I'm talking about.
So
the whole time, y'all, I want to pause right here, because I know personally, when I first became an agent, you want to track the competition, right? You can be like, all right, let me type in real estate, Cleveland, and all that good stuff, right? And I came across Joi's page, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, she's very astute, okay? Very, very professional and whatnot. And then, so when I seen at the Wire, I'm like, at the event, the conference, I'm like, you know what? Look, let me get down to the you are very professional. but talk about. But listen, so we get to the Wire, and guess what? Me and Kitty, we are dying laughing, just talking to her. In the 5 minutes we talking to, we are dying laughing. I'm like, no, we gotta get her on a podcast.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying? Because her personality, once again, your name perfectly describes who you are as a person.
Thank you.
So
thank you. Don't get me crying on here.
No. Listen. That's why I said, because for me, it's never about competition. If anything else, just like the podcast, we embody what we say. That it's all about collaboration.
It's enough for everybody. It's enough for everybody, and it's just like, I was just having a conversation a couple days ago, and we were talking about, industries being oversaturated.
Right.
Excuse me. And I just was saying how, and again, this might sound cliche or very, social media, but I mean, I do believe that who is for you is for you.
Facts.
You don't have to, like, the people that are for you are going to come to you and they're going to gravitate. So the clients that are for me are going to come to me, and the clients that aren't, for me, then, thank you, but no thanks.
Absolutely.
And I just feel like the people that really get up every day and they work to perfect their craft and it's really like your bread and butter, like that's what you really love to do, it's going to show in a lot of ways.
Right. And
the people that are serious, you know, they're going to come to you. You know, like I don't, you know, when you come to a real estate, like, you don't go to the doctor and you're like, what's going on? He like, I don't know, but you know, I'm gonna make a call. Like, you know, it's like, I mean, some might, but
right.
But
you
you know,
don't
you don't want that
That's
doctor
not
though.
for me.
You know, and so you want.
That's a COVID doctor.
Exactly. So you want your realtor to be
Absolutely.
your one-stop shop. You know, if you need anything, you know,
plug.
This is who I'm gonna call.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and you're a problem solver. You're
There you
definitely
go.
a problem
Yes.
solver, and it's like it can get to be overwhelming. But I don't want to get like
I
I
mean,
don't
we-
want to go there.
Listen,
I wanna
we'll
go
talk
there.
about after the podcast some of the
I don't want to
problems.
go there. You know, but
But for the viewers, so I know as an agent, but I'm pretty sure viewers don't know. What is it? Tell us a typical day for a real estate agent like yourself.
okay. So a typical day is dealing with people's problems, like not trying to be funny, but dealing with people's problems. You know, if you're working on the buyer side, you're sending listings and you're sending deals that are in this market are probably getting rejected or counter offered, and you can't, you know. And when you're working with somebody that might not have it all the way, or you know, you might have somebody that's I mean, everything varies. So it's just like, you know, you're responding to emails all day, and you know, you're trying to get offers in, and you're trying to get showings booked, and you're trying to, so it can be a lot, and it's something that you have to be very organized, which is my 2022 goal. It's just to be a little bit more tighten it up. So, and then, you know, on the listing side, you know, you got people sending offers and they following up and they want to see this and they want to do that. So it's a lot of emailing.
Right.
It's a lot of texting. It's a lot of phone calls. You know, and then when you're under contract and, you know, you got to get inspections and appraisals, and then you got to come back to the negotiating table. Like, I just want, you know, it's a lot, you know, but it's worth it though. And it's definitely in my, you know, I haven't been doing it for a long time, but I can say that I've learned, you know, I'm learning along the way. You know, it's definitely something. I mean, I don't think in life, period, you're gonna know it all. Absolutely. You know, and I think that every day in real estate, I learn something new every single day, and it's something that I can bank on it. Like I can put that in my pocket. Like I know better next time. You know, I know this. You know, and it's just, I mean, you have some people that do it and they're just, you know, they do it like it's kind of like a side hobby, or you know, it's kind of like a side, you know, which is great for people because that works for your life. But when people, you know, like ourselves, this is what I want to make my everyday, like my full time. This is what I want to do all the time. You know, it's a lot more to it. Like it's a lot. You got a lot more you more like motivated, or you know, ready to like
go at it. You know. We'll be all night. I'll be talking about that by itself.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It really is. And then and like you said earlier, I mean, buying a home is, I mean, you got some people like investors that this is just another source of income for me. This ain't, you know, this ain't
they about the numbers.
Exactly. It's about the numbers. Or you have, you know, people that they're first time home buyers, and you know, it's everything to them. And you know, so trying to go through and walk through with people and, you know, point out little things, or you got their parents coming or their dad
The whole family came through.
Family came through, you know, and so you're like, okay.
Your great cousin came through?
Right. Which is great, but
they're excited.
So it can be such an emotional time, and people get so emotionally attached to things. And you have to be able to have that conversation. You have to have the tough conversations with your buyers and your sellers. You know, you have to have those tough conversations and say, hey, you know, like you can't get, and you know, I mean, hopefully, you know, it's a turnaround with the market conditions, but as you know, we all know that it hasn't been the best market for buyers.
It has not been.
And you know, you don't get emotional till you get them keys in your hand, because anything can happen. I've gotten down to deals when it's closing day and they like,
listen.
And I gotta like, you gotta pivot, like you know what I'm saying? Like, what do I do now? Like, what do I do now, or how do I work this out, or and so it's relationship building and problem solving. Basically, that's it. That's it.
I'm gonna title the episode "Relations and Problem Solving."
And don't cut the commission too. I forgot about that one.
Yeah. So one thing I do love about you, like Brenda said, the best way he found you was through social media. I feel like your social media presence is to be admired, because you are one of those people who persist and you make sure that you show up, and I think that's a great indicator of the type of agent that you are. Another thing I love that your social media portrays, for the HGTVers like myself, you got a little bougie to you. So for us that want to spend some money, we know to come spend some money with you.
Yeah. So my whole dream is to have a brokerage of my own. Okay. Because I want 100% of my commission. I'm not trying to cut into nobody.
I respect it.
So once I get to that point, I want that's the end goal for me. I would love to have a luxury boutique, and for it to be owned by a Black woman. Is I just feel like it is. There's no way. Like I mean that's everything to me, and that's just what I want to do. Like for some reason I don't know why because honestly, I feel like if I could do a couple $1 million a year, like, commissions, I mean, but as an agent, properties, as an agent, it's like when you're scraping and scuffling for, to sell a house that's barely over $100,000, and you got your little commission check, but if I can sell a house that's, $1.5 million, it makes that scrape and scuffle a little work, right? But yeah, I want the luxury market. Like that's what I want. I want to be in that market and just be able to be a resource for other agents that want to get in that market. Like you have some agents that are investor friendly or first time home buyer friendly, or and I'm not saying I'm never all money is green. I'm not saying no, all money is green, but I think it says a lot about being able to get those houses, or like I mean those multi-million-dollar houses. I mean it's just like wow, like it's very HGTV-ish for me. And I would love to have a show on HGTV. Like I just know that I'm supposed to be on TV somewhere. Like somebody's supposed to be watching me. YouTube.
We got a first though. Like
I just know I'm supposed to be on TV. Like somehow, some way.
You definitely have a personality. It's more than just the profits with you, which I love. Okay, so working with you, because it sounds like y'all go through a lot just like anybody else, but it sounds like we kind of push our buttons a little bit. So as somebody on the buyer side, what are some common mistakes that you would love for somebody who is looking to work with you to avoid, or to just keep in mind, to try to keep that problem solving thing down, so that we can make sure that we are showing up as the best buyers and helping you through the process as much as you are committed to helping us through the process?
Good question.
I feel like the way to avoid problem solving is to trust me as your agent. Like
that's hard.
I know, but you came to me for a reason. You go to experts in industries for a reason. When you get on an airplane, you trusted that pilot's gonna land that plane, take off and land that plane, not to go back to my past life, but you trust that pilot's gonna do their job, what they were trained to do. Right? What they went to school to do. They put in all that hard work, all them hours, all that stuff. So you trust that person's going to do that. You don't even think about it when you're doing it.
I don't use that.
So, no, I mean, it's the truth. So trust me to do my job. Like, trust me to do my job. Like, know that I am working for you. I'm doing the best that I can. I'm negotiating for you. Like, I'm trying to get it done. Like, I'm not trying. Let me take that my work out later. I'm putting forth the effort to get it done.
Absolutely.
And so I need you to trust me. That's it. I need you to trust me. Tell me what you want. I'm going to find it. High and low. We gonna find stuff. It's like that Instagram video. It's like, all right, walk me. We gotta go now. That's the only. I'm not trying to be funny, but seriously, like that is how it is. And so, just know that I am working for you. That's why you hire me.
Yeah.
You know, that's why you hire me. Just know that I'm working for you. And also, I'm going to be realistic with you. You know, like I'm going to be realistic. Like, I mean, I don't, like I said, like. Buyers are very emotional. Sellers are emotional too.
Absolutely.
You know, sellers are very emotional too, because I'm selling this home but it also has so many memories of my children growing up here, or it's got more than monetary value on that house. You know, and so they feel like their house is worth such and such and such, and you're like,
market card, and they said no.
Okay, like you're like. All right, okay. But, like I said, you have to trust, not even me, just agents, period. Trust your agent to do what they're supposed to do. And if things aren't working out, then, y'all might have to part ways or whatever, but trust your agent, period. Like, that's it. Like, trust them and know, like, okay, you out here getting it done. You want to put an offer in, boom, I got it ready. Like, just come prepared what I need you to have. Like just come prepared and just know.
Do you offer, do you provide consultations for those, obviously, like for pre-approvals or deed in hand? Can we sit down and have a consultation? Like, how does the process of working with you go?
So usually people come and they're like, okay, I want to buy a house, and I'm not the most seasoned agent. I would jump on every single. Oh, you said you want to buy a house? Like, I'm there. And I would jump on it, but I felt like, looking back on it, it was a lot of time wasted, because people aren't as serious as you think that they are. Like, anybody can say, yeah, I want to buy a house. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, you want to buy a house? Come on, let's go. And they're like, I wasn't really, I got this lady. I sent her, lenders, stuff, get her pre-approved, yada, yada. I'm going whole nine, right? Mm-hmm. She goes for a little while, I'm following, and I follow up. And I'm not the type of person, because I'm this type of person. I don't like to be hounded. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm going to do it when I want to do it. Right. And I don't like to be hounded. So I'm never going to be that person that's like, I'll follow up, but if you giving me a little, like, you're not really, it's going to be like the little slow drip, like, okay, I'll follow up with you once a week or twice a month, or, just to check in. Yeah. But if you're not giving me no time, I'm not going to waste my time on you. Right. So people that are serious, so this lady, she's like, yeah, I want to buy a house, I'm ready, I want a 2-family, I'm like, cool, bet. Right. Right. So I'm getting everything ready, and she was like, I'm about to buy a truck. And I was like, and I'm about to start a trucking business. I said, cool. Like, I wish you the best of luck. Right. Like, obviously I'm not no hater, you think. But you deal with a lot of disappointment, too, in real estate. When you're a new agent and you ready to get to it, like, you like, let's go. Like, I'm, getting these leads, I'm doing these cold calls, I'm buying, calling these Fizbos, I'm, getting hung up on. I'm doing this.
Keto know what Fizbo is.
Okay.
Down for Keto.
Oh, yeah, okay. Please bring it all the way down.
Okay, so Fizbo is for sale by owner. So somebody that think they can sell their house on their own. So, and it's so funny because I was listening to this podcast, and they were basically saying, like, the guy that created the for sale by owner ended up selling his house with an agent. So, so you call these Fizbos, and whatever reason they have that they don't want to sell, they got burned by a previous agent, or they want to save money, or they want to do this, or they want to do that. I mean, which is all fine and dandy. Yeah. But, it's just you out here you're trying to get business. Right. So
that first year is a strenuous one.
And the first year, not only was it a new year for me being an agent, I got my license when I was 9 months pregnant, and then coronavirus.
Oh,
stop playing. Okay, so let's talk about the mental perseverance that goes into something like following through with that, because that is a lot. First of all, being 9 months being any months pregnant is too much, right? But to have a global pandemic on top of that and dealing with all your hormones, emotions, and then the stress, obviously, that comes with starting a new business or any new thing in life. How did you navigate through that? Like, what was your, like, thing to make you be like, I'm going to make this happen? Because I think that will benefit a lot of us, whether we are interested in real estate or not. That's like a life gem.
I think for me, so I was working, I was flying, and I was doing my classes. So you could either do them online or you could do them in person. And I was like, okay, I'll try to do them online, like on my overnights in the hotel room. You know, I try to be real studious, but I'm not a real like online type of learner. Like I need to be in a classroom setting, you know, and that's the best way that I retain information. I can ask questions, I can feed off of other people. So I was like, okay, I'm going to schedule the classes on the days that I'm home, you know. So it took me a little longer to get my license because I wasn't home long enough, because the course it only should take you like 2.5, 3 weeks, I think. And then you're ready to test.
And you were carrying this whole time?
I didn't know it, but yeah. I didn't know, but yeah. You know, I would go to class when I was home on the weekends or weekend, whatever class that I could schedule myself for. And then it took me about 3 months to like get my license, because I just wasn't home all the time. You know, when you're a flight attendant, I don't know if you know, but you're gone like 20 days out of the month.
Oh wow.
So yeah, you're never home. So yeah. And they told me that in my interview. I'll never forget that. And I was like, cool. But then I was like, oh, this is actually kind of lonely. But, so I got my license. I got a license in, did I get it? wasn't, so I think I got licensed like right before everything shut down. So I think it was in March I got licensed. Yeah. And so I was 9 months pregnant. I was sitting there taking this test. I was big as fuck. And I'm just like, God, like I'm praying the whole time. Like, God, just let me get through this test. Just let me pass on the first time, because you take 2 sections. You take the national and you take the state. And so if you don't pass one or the other, you have to come back and take the other. And I'm like, God, I want this to be one-hitter quitter. I want to be done. Like, I don't want to come back. I don't want to test no more. I don't want to do nothing. Right? Boom. So I'm sitting there, and I'm just clicking, and I'm like, oh, my God. Like, I'm just, you know. And so, because I'm not the greatest test taker. And so I'm like, okay, whatever the results are, like, you know, if I need to come back. Like, I was already mentally preparing myself to come back to take another portion, right? So when they print out my papers and they said I passed both, I said, what?
The first time you passed?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, I was like, woo! I said, won't he do it? So I said, okay, cool. So now I'm out here. I'm about to start selling houses. And see, I think that going through school, you don't know the ins and outs of real estate. You don't know all the different areas and niches that you can go into with real estate. Like, it's so much. And like, when you're in it, it's like you're into the thick of it. You're like, and you're, it's like all of these terms and all of these, you know, and you're like, you gotta, you know, go to a lender and an appraisal and this and this and this. And I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, I never knew, like, it took me the longest to like really put a contract together and understand it. Man, you know, like it takes. Come on. Like, you know, anybody can put like words on the paper, but it really took me the longest to really put a contract together and understand it and be able to explain it. Like, this is what we doing. Boom, 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 boom. This is what we putting in here. This is what we doing. And going back to trusting your agent. Your agent knows the market conditions, so you need to trust your agent to be like, this what we we not gonna do this long. We not gonna do such a long contingency. Like, we want to make this the most attractive offer. So we're not about to do no 10-day inspection contingency. We about to maybe do 5. Okay. You know, you got to get in there. You know, to make it more. You know, make it the most attractive, or you know, do a more heftier earnest money deposit, or you know. But so like getting my license, I just was like, okay, now what? Like, it literally was like, okay, now what moment for me? And like, I knew that it was something I wanted to do. I just didn't know how to get, doing it. And so I started off with like a smaller brokerage, and I was like, I think I might, maybe transition. And then I got picked up by a team. And I think it is because of them that I even got my first deal. And I never forget, like, when I finally got my first commission check, I'm like, wow, like, I really did it. It's like, it's real. It's real. Like, when you see that check, go to you and your bank account or your business banking account, because start an LLC. Don't get commission checks in your name. Start an LLC, start a business. It's a lot of benefits. But when I got that first deal, I'll never forget it. Like, I screenshotted it, everything. I got like the thing, like, I still have it to this day in my phone. Aww. And it was like, it was one of the most proudest moments, for me. And so once they start coming in, like, once you start closing more, you're like, okay, now what? Like, it's always, like, it's kind of like, okay, now what's the next level? Like, it's kind of like, okay, I've been on both sides. I've been on the buy side and I've been on the seller side. Like, I've been a listing and I've been a buyer's agent. So now what? Like, now what? Like, now what? Now what? It's all, like, when I tell you it's ever changing, ever evolving, you're always learning. Like, it's never like a know-it-all type of thing, And so it's still a lot more that I need to learn. Still a lot more that I need to learn. And I feel like the more that I learn and the more knowledge that I have to educate my buyers or to educate my sellers, it's gonna make me more of an asset. And it's a word of mouth type of business. If people do business with people they know, like, and trust.
All right, that's facts. Side question for you. What is your proudest moments thus far as an agent, and what lessons have you learned as an agent that made you in this moment say, okay, I went through this, but it made me a better agent because of it?
Okay, my proudest moment as an agent would be closing my first deal. Like I said, that's my proudest moment. That's what you go to school for. That's what you study so hard for. That's what you get your license for. So that was my most proudest moment. I've learned a lot that they don't teach you in school. I mean, going to real estate school is like real life school, like going to regular school. And they don't teach you about. They don't teach you enough about this stuff.
They don't teach you how to be an agent, or they teach you the laws.
They teach you that kind of stuff. And it's like, I don't care about. I mean, it's important, but I don't need to know how to do like an appraisal, like the numbers by hand. Like, I don't need to know how to do all that. Like, it's good if you're that kind of person, but when you're in it, it's kind of like,
here we go.
It's kind of like, okay, but this is what I need to know though. Like, this is what I need to. Like, I need to know when I go in with a buyer for a home inspection, and I need to be able to look at this home inspection report and know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to know what I'm talking about. I looking at my first home inspection report, I was like,
just like the buyer, we both sitting here. You supposed to be
translated. I'm like, hold on. I'm gonna call you right back. And I'm like on the phone, like, okay, so what this, like, and I'm asking obviously other seasoned agents to kind of walk me through it, but they don't teach you that kind of stuff, and I feel like that stuff is important, but that's another topic. Anyway, you asked me my most proudest moments, and
a lesson that you learned while being an agent.
Don't cut the commission.
Don't cut the minute.
That's my lesson.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Don't cut the commission. Don't cut the commission. Don't cut the. That's my lesson.
Family,
friends, nobody.
The ones you cut it for seem to work you the
hardest.
They want the most.
The hardest.
The amount.
The hardest. They want the most for the least amount. And
that's not an episode.
That's not.
It's God is my witness.
That don't even. That cross industry.
It's God is my witness, y'all. It's God is my witness, y'all. Y'all want to discount everything, right? And I can't like place all of it. I mean, because at the end of the day, I'm the one that took the, I agreed to it, but it was a lesson though, like, it was definitely a lesson. It's something I will never do that again. I'm never, because again, being in this industry, you have to know your worth.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are, you're hired to do a job.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Okay. This so happens to be a job where you can set your hourly wage. You can set, so you need to decide what you are worth, and because people, they want to text you on the weekends at 9-10 o'clock at night. They want to call you. They want to know. I found out. No, I'm a person. I'm not just a real estate agent. I'm a person.
Right.
And I have a life outside of my business.
Right.
And I have a family. I can't be a present mom. I can't be a present sister, daughter. I can't if I'm entertaining you. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I like my money, but you have to set boundaries. And that's another thing too, is setting boundaries with people in this industry, man. You have to set boundaries with your buyers and your sellers. Period. Like, listen, these are my business hours.
Right.
I'm call me McDonald's. I got business hours. I'm open. I'm open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Those are those are my hours. Sorry.
What was it? 5 heartbeats. 9 to 5. What's my? Not hanging over the balcony.
Yeah.
But listen though, I really want to run that right back, like real quick, because whether this is your personal or professional life, what she just said is the most game you'll ever get from somebody, regardless of what industry you in or who you're dealing with, even on a personal level. What she said was, I know my worth. And what's so crazy is anybody dealing with you who knows your worth knows that you are priceless. Like, they couldn't never even put a price on your worth. She also said, I know what I bring, the value that I bring to the hour. I'm able to set the value that I bring to the hour. What she said was, people who pay the least or expect to pay the least, because you my homie, lover, friend, whatever, are going to work you the most. What it's going to do is depreciate the amount of value she's able to bring to the hour, because as she said, the whole podcast is more than just she working on my house. Whether she's on the listing or buying side, she's constantly trying to evolve and grow and be the best for everybody that she has agreed to show up with. So do not take advantage of that. Do not let anybody else take advantage of you for that.
Don't.
She also said she sets boundaries, personal and professional. Let this be something that is a lesson to you. When it comes to boundaries, whether it's a mental boundary of you're not going to work my nerves, a physical boundary of we're not going to meet at my house or yours, we're going to meet at the coffee shop or at my office, a time boundary of my office hours are from this to that, another boundary where people are like, hey, I got the idea, or it's whatever time it is, and she's like, yeah, no, if you really want to meet with me, here's my business card. There's actually 2 right here if you guys want to zoom in and take a screenshot. But here's my business card. If you're interested in buying or selling, feel free to contact me. Stop letting people stress you out and be your best self.
My goodness.
Allow yourself the opportunity to be your best self by not letting people take advantage of you. So I love that you said that on camera, and I really hope that y'all pause it if you need to. Take it back about a minute and 43 seconds. Y'all can time me later. I appreciate all the streams on the Pull Up Experience podcast. Thank you so much, Joy, for saying that. But I didn't even mean to interrupt, but I really wanted that reiterated.
And like you said, just going off of, don't let anybody stress you out. They're going to, and like I said earlier, I am a giver. I'm a giver, and I'm also like a woman in my word. Like, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And when you are that type of person, when you are a people pleaser and a giver, like, takers don't have no limits. They don't have no limit. And so, like, again, you're buying, a house, or you're trying to help somebody find a new home, or downsize, or this stuff. So of course, like me, naturally, I get emotionally involved with you because it's an exciting time. It's an exciting time. And don't get me wrong, we as agents get disappointed too when offers get rejected. Because we know, like, oh my God, you're going to love this house. Like, it's perfect. It's everything that you want, and it's not just like we are emotionally invested to a certain extent as well.
Yeah.
And it's not just oh, you're just another client, I'm just gonna try to get some money or a commission off you and that's it. No, like I am emotionally invested with you. And I go through those disappointments as well. But like I said, you have to trust me, you know? And so people will stress you out, and there's some people that you just cannot help, and you have to you have to know that, like, you have to know that there are some people that you just cannot help. You can't reason with crazy,
You sure can.
and you have to realize that, you have to accept that, or you have to walk away, because you're walking away from money. But is that money worth it? Is that money worth the stress? Is that money worth the, dealing with difficult people that you're like, you've given me when I tell you've given me the most minute list of, you want one area, and it's gonna be this, like, and it's like, I can't, you want me to perform magic. You want me to pull out my magic wand and bibbidi boppity boo. And I can't do that. Like, I can't do that. And when working with people that you just cannot reason with, you cannot, like, get them to, like, see, like, it can be stressful, it can be stressful. And listen, when I tell you,
I like to laugh.
Yeah. I mean, I really have, like, it just go crazy, like, you just talking about it just brings back a lot of things. It brings me,
Right.
And it's just like, wow, it's all the stuff that you've done, and it's in a short span of time.
It's real.
Right.
Yeah, because people do take advantage. You gotta think. I mean, y'all sell or you guys are kind of like the middleman of the deal, but more than the middleman of the deal, y'all are the therapists. Y'all are the translators. Y'all gotta explain everything to us.
Oh my
Y'all
goodness.
have to, like she said,
Negotiate.
if I answered, y'all gotta figure out a way to make this happen, and like she turn water into wine, almost like you had 2 wines. It's a thing. So we.
By the way, this episode is brought to you by.
Y'all know when y'all see the teal wine. When you see the teal, we on chill. We got 2 wines here.
44-25 Mayfield Road.
Kita is a frustrated rapper, man. Cause Kita be getting it, man.
Yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot, and then trying to juggle that and a personal life. I mean, being an entrepreneur is hard, no matter what you're doing.
Yeah.
No matter what you're doing. It's not even real estate. No matter what you're doing, being an entrepreneur is hard. That's why for a little while, you might have to have your 9-to-5 sponsor.
Oh yeah.
Because it's hard getting out the gate. And like I said, starting my career in a pandemic. Everything is shut down. There's no networking events. There's no going out to do this. There's no going out to do that. It's all day. I'm Zillow. Fizbo. I'm sitting there.
Put the work in.
I'm sitting there trying to
Cold
call these, people. And eventually I just get to the point where it's like, am I being lazy, or is this just not my way to get business? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I being lazy, or is this just not my way?
We got to pause right there, because I think as entrepreneurs, you got to realize the distinction between the two, because, and that's where you got to learn how to pivot also, because it might that might not work at that time. All right, let's learn another way. Let's do some research on this right here, because I've been there. I'm like, God damn, man, what's wrong with me?
Really is something wrong with you.
It really is something wrong. Sometimes, sometimes it might be the market, it might be the product, it might all depend on what you guys are doing. Remember the 622 though, like that.
And what works for other people is not going to work for you. Like, some people might be masters at picking up the phone. You got to script everything. Boom.
Not me.
I'm not that person. I'm not the person. I am a in-person, personable, type of like I will literally just be having a conversation. Be like, oh, you want to buy us a house? Boom. Here's my business. Like, I don't even be. I just.
That's a young Fizz. Remember in Gay Color? They're like, bam! Bam! I know that's you?
No, I'm not 40.
See, that's why Thank you, Joy, for being on here because you feel right in with the crew. You know what I'm saying?
To know her is to love her. I would love the fact that you gave us the opportunity to just highlight who you are because your personality
It's
better than
y'all
any
that I
other
need to
sales
thank.
page.
It's y'all that I need to thank. Honestly, like I would have never, think in a million years that, and it's just crazy when you pray for the opportunities, you pray for the blessings, and they just come tenfold. Like I would have never thought. And I'm grateful for this. I really am.
And
I really
position
am.
yourself. Don't do yourself a disservice. Like she was praying, she put it on her vision board, but she positioned herself to make sure she was able to manifest it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like she said, she shows up, not just virtually but physically. She supports other. We met her. She was supporting another business with her team. Not even worried about, oh, this isn't for me. Like she said, she operates in abundance. She doesn't operate with this scarcity mindset, like what's for me is for me. It's more so like what's for me is for me.
Mm-hmm.
And she operates that way. Brandon knew her from social because she is so consistent.
Absolutely.
And she shows up consistently through everything else she got going on. You are. Y'all, let me say, I'm gonna tell the real story, right?
Well, let me tell y'all, when I was making my first reel, I almost had a stroke.
What?
Trying to create it because I am not okay. I am like you go down the rabbit hole, you just be scrolling, you be like,
right.
Like I'm that, and I'm like, okay, maybe I can get on here and do a little something. And so I made my first reel, and I'm like, oh, I gotta cut and paste, I gotta do all this. I say that's too much, it's too much. And I made it through.
You did.
I made it through, and I think my first reel got 30,000 something views on it.
Yeah, that was it.
And I was like, okay, I can do this. But what I said for myself for 2022 is, as far as social media, because clearly that is the way of the future.
You can't.
It's like free marketing.
Yes.
It's not like it is free marketing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I want to be more present on social media, and in terms of my business, and just being knowledgeable, and I feel like if I do that, and if I do what I'm supposed to do, like you can pray, but you gotta put the work in.
Absolutely.
So, if I do what I say I'm going to do, and what I'm inclined to do, I think that the right business is gonna come along. Because like I said, I can't express this enough. Every dollar is not worth chasing. Like it's not It's not, because it's just like, what else is it costing?
Right.
Yeah.
I know that everything is not going to be easy, and I know I'm not afraid of a challenge. I'm not afraid of an obstacle. I'm not.
But you know the difference.
But I know the difference. I know the difference. And so 2022, I said, I'm going to start really making more educational videos, little kind of,
Shameless plug, coming soon. Arlo and Steve, we holding a content creation conference, guys.
Producers,
so you were invited, by the way.
Yes.
You first to hear about this.
No, we dropping this. We didn't.
Y'all editing this video, put the drop it exclusive. You gotta put the sound. You gotta put the sound.
You gotta put the sound down.
You gotta put the sound over it.
Because too many people were saying they need to work on their content. We got some experts in our game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, we've been doing awesome, and you have been doing awesome. Another thing I love that she said is, because she reserves the right to work with the correct person. I also want to highlight the fact that you don't have to be Cleveland proper to work with her. Or even in the surrounding cities. Feel free to contact her. We know you guys are supporting us from all different cities, all different walks of life. So if you guys are out of town and you're like, dang, who can I work with? Brandon booked. You know what I'm saying? We for sure have Joy, and as you can see, it's a reason why she's here. She's our first realtor outside of Brandon that we even trusted to share this space.
You gang now.
Yeah.
You gang now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, y'all, don't get me started. Oh, not y'all adopted me.
Yes.
You're in there now.
Love it.
So I got another question for you. So, as a real estate agent, because like you said, that 9-to-5 sponsor, right? How do you balance that, being a real estate agent, having the kid, and then every other thing that makes you who you are? How do you balance that all?
in terms of my 9 to 5, I utilize my time. So, it means that, waking up early, staying up a little later, utilizing my lunch breaks for that time for me to call clients, look on the MLS, whatever. And then my weekends are pretty much, that's the,
I know.
that's the time to get it in. And then, like, in terms of being a mom, man, oh my God, y'all gonna get me on a whole nother subject. Being a mom is just the most fulfilling thing to me. Like, there's
That's
no
good.
greater job than being a mom to me. And my time with her is important. And it's more than, to me, it's more than just, putting on a little show for her to watch, or, or, and kind of like, all right, you watch the show, you preoccupied, let me just scroll. Like, I try to be as present as I can, or, I put forth the effort. I'm trying to get away from, I listen to Steve Harvey too much, but
Shout out Steve Harvey.
Yes, another Cleveland native.
Yeah, definitely, because his podcast, his show is like really great. But I try to be as present, or I put forth the effort to be as present as possible. So if that means like during the weekends, if I'm like, okay, I want to go do this with her, or I want to do this, or we're watching a little movie, like I catch myself like, you doing too much, like you on the phone too much, you doing too much scrolling, you can't take that call right now, you can't do this right now, like, and she's young, but these are the foundational years for her.
Absolutely.
And so I don't ever want my child to think that she's not important to me,
Right.
because she's the most important thing to me.
There we go.
She's the most important thing to me, and so
Everything comes second.
everything comes second,
That's
third,
good.
fourth, fifth, like everything. So, it's just it also helps because I have an amazing support system. And I tell you, my support system is top tier. Chef's kiss. I mean, they're great, and if it's something that, I'm like, hey, do you, like she's got, like I have some showings booked, I might be gone for like 2 hours, so do you mind? No problem, and then once that's over with, I might come home, maybe follow up, but after that, I'm pretty much like, but when my time with her is my time with her, and I put forth the effort to be as present as I can with her, and that's the most important thing to me, and you gotta let people know that.
Oh yeah.
You gotta let people know that, and some people might not understand. Some of your clients might not understand, but it's not for them to understand. It's not for them to understand. That's what it is, and that's it. So it's a challenge. It really is a challenge. It's not something that's very easy. This doesn't just like. It's not something. Yeah, I mean it's a juggling act. Honestly, it really is. So I just get up every day, and this is what I'm gonna do. And this is she's with her dad. Or I'm like, okay, boom. Daddy got her today. Boom. I can get more things.
Right.
Or so it's just. It helps a lot, but yeah, it's
kind of most entrepreneurs they struggle with balancing personal life with business, and I think once again we real estate agents, we got to understand your personal life is just as important as your business life also, because at the end of the day that business can go away, but these people won't be around forever.
Yeah, but because it is your mental health, which is very, very important. And you can't pour from an empty cup. So if you are giving your all to your clients, your business, your family, your friends, who is pouring into you, And I had a conversation with one of my old therapists, and I just was saying, like, I feel like I'm not doing the best that I can. I feel like I'm not being the best that I can when it comes to my business. And I feel like I'm stretching myself thin. And she said, you know what? Instead of trying to be a good agent to 10 clients, how about trying to be a great agent to 5? You know? And so it's the truth. Like, don't stretch yourself thin. You know, like sometimes you can't take, because when you try to take on all the business, you know, people feel like they're neglected, or you're not paying attention to them, or you're not responding fast enough, because you have, 10 people that you're juggling at the same time. And some people are good at it. Some people are great at juggling.
Some are real players.
Some people are really good at juggling. Some people have a team build. That's another thing too, is building a team. You know, I'm working on that. But some people already have their foundation set and everything is set to go. So, but for the new agents that are starting out, you know, you are that one-stop shop. You are that.
Right, you gotta be.
So, instead of trying to get all the business, you know, like I want all the business, because you getting all the business might make you lose out on all the money.
All the
You know, because if you can be a great agent to, 5 or 3 clients at a time, those 5 or 3 clients know other people, and those other people know other people, and those other. But if you're trying to take on too much, and you're like, not responding fast enough, or you're not this, and you're stressed and overwhelmed, those people are gonna be like, man, no, and you don't want that.
You don't want that. Right?
You don't want that, especially in this business, and it's just, like I said, it's something you gotta learn before you get your license. You need to talk to a real estate agent.
Yeah, right.
You need to shadow a real estate agent and really
that's the business advice
spend
you
time with
give.
them.
That's the
and
advice.
really spend time with them. You need to don't, some people might do it, but I didn't.
Enjoy
do
a call,
it.
y'all.
Yeah.
Don't call me. No, it's fine. You can call me.
After you get your pre-approval.
Oh no. No. Oh no, I'm serious. No. I'm not.
Qualified though, but that's a good thing.
No,
you gotta qualify your leads.
Is there a difference between pre-qualification and pre-approval?
Man, we'll be here all night. We'll be here, if we talk about all the things that will make our lives easier as agents, so we'll be here all night. But one thing my brother told me that was some real stuff. He said that what makes a good agent, a memorable agent, is the agent that takes time out to help the people who can't get qualified to get qualified. That's what separates you from the next. Because I can go outside and find about 3 real estate agents, but what separates you from everyone else?
Exactly. Yeah, and see, I think what that is too, and like I learned from the Wire event, is having that tool belt. Like, you gotta have you some slick lenders in there. Like, you can't just have a, I don't want to name drop, but you can't just have like the big name companies, because it's not as easy. It's not that easy. Or, it's a lot harder for us, Mike, going through a big name bank.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say, you can say that.
I don't know.
Pull up. Y'all know who's we serve. We know who's watching.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to be careful. But you gotta have your lenders. You gotta have them in your back pocket that can
make it happen.
That can make it happen. And if they can't make it happen at that time, they can take a snapshot, and they can give my buyer a financial guide and say, this is what you need to do. Boom, 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 boom. Clear this up. Come back 6 months. We do this again. And it helps. It helps because you are using your relationships. Like I said, we're in the business of building relationships. So you're using your relationships, and that's benefiting other people. It's not just benefiting you, it's benefiting other people, which is great. It's a beautiful thing. It's such a beautiful thing. And I have my, preferred or recommended, lenders, we gotta give 3. So, I got them in my back pocket, and they get it done. They get it done. Like, I've had people come back, I've come back to me, they wasn't ready at the time, they came back, they went to the lender, and my lender emailed me like, here's so-and-so's pre-approval. I'm like, oh, okay. that's the best thing,
Right.
you know. And that's how you know people are serious.
Yeah.
Because when you get a pre-approval, they run your credit.
Yeah.
They run your credit when you get a pre-approval.
Like
When you get a
twice.
when you get a pre-qualification, that's a totally different thing. But credit, they want pay stubs, W-2s.
W2.
They want all that stuff. It's the real deal, you know. And so it's such a.
You know what though? So what I will take the time while she take her sip is to
I only got a sip left.
that's shout out to Two
Two
Wines.
Episode
4424.
is brought to you by.
Is that the Riesling? That's the Riesling. Yes, ma'am.
4425 Mayfield Road, South Euclid 44121. Y'all already know how we feel about. Y'all know it doesn't matter how we feel about it no more. You know, because
Come
we
on,
buy
find
it.
out.
It's good.
Yeah,
It's
you
good.
can come and see it. DoorDash it if you ain't got time to drive
Oh,
over.
the DoorDash. Not the DoorDash liquor.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We got it like that. But what I do want to do for both of you guys, I know like we joke or whatever, but you guys seriously put the work in. Like you guys have so much other stuff going on in life, and y'all find the time to really sit here and service your customer, your clients. Like you said, just walking through the process with us and being able to depend on you guys. So I definitely want to give y'all flowers. You know.
Oh, no, I'm about to cry.
No, seriously, because I don't think you guys get enough. Everybody know that.
No, not Keita though.
Everybody know the big name. Yeah, don't cry for me. I'm gonna join on you for the rest of the year. It's in January. You gotta take me, y'all. But what I will say though, y'all go the extra mile, and we all know the big names. You know, that's one of the things we try to disrupt. Is like it's so many people that's here to service us, that's here to help us. Again, you don't even have to be in the state of Ohio, let alone the city of Cleveland, for them to do the groundwork, do the legwork, and a lot of the stuff they're already positioned for. So when you come and tell us your framework, please come with a framework and be flexible with that framework. So in case anything needs to change, they're able to move with it on the fly and kind of get the deal done a little bit faster, not only for themselves, but for you. And we talk so much about how we can help with the Cleveland entrepreneurs that we know when it comes to building generational wealth and collective works and just growing and kind of getting our finances together as a people. So I love that y'all are here. Because we talk about the ideas, but you guys are what turns those ideas into action and making that like a realistic thing. But when it comes to like legacy building, wealth, and just learning processes to be better, a better version of yourself, these are just only two of the ones, but these are two of the best that you can see right now. They aren't too far removed where they too Hollywood and they won't deal with us. They are killing it, and y'all have like constantly, consistently been putting in the work through all adversities, through all of the extra that y'all are learning while we're learning, the stuff that y'all do learn. Y'all have enough in y'all to say it'll never happen again, so I'm going to fix it when it's your turn. And we love y'all for that. So thank y'all so much because y'all killing it. We appreciate y'all. Not everybody always say it out loud, and we feel it. But we don't
appreciate you.
Yeah, we don't. We don't say it out loud, but we feel it, and we love y'all.
We appreciate you.
Keita.
I appreciate both of y'all.
Her job is edification, man. Like
edification is an art, and if you
really
can show people
artists.
how beautiful they are, it helps them to get to whatever their desired result is faster. But not even on the edification side, I think it's just y'all know that y'all do real estate. Y'all sell Cleveland like proper houses, and y'all know it's been some works. You know what I'm saying? They end up being works of art, but it's some stuff that y'all are able to see and have that vision. Not only can y'all see the transformation of the space, but y'all can see the transformation of the process. Even when it comes to like, I know we ain't gonna get too crazy into it, but when it comes to like probate and stuff like that, y'all got the wherewithal to say,
taxes and
y'all can tell us like, no, I can
we know
see
we're
this
not the
happening.
bomb for taxes.
Y'all know exactly.
We know exactly we're not the bomb for
y'all
taxes.
can
I
push
think
us
everybody
through
know
the
that.
process because y'all can see it better than we can, and y'all understand. Trusting your agent, being able to understand the market, the conditions, what's really going to work in a long term and a short term. So I love that y'all are here and y'all are sharing openly. Like we didn't purchase your consultation or anything. You just literally said, I'm going to show love. I'm going to give what I have to
You know what?
offer.
That's another thing too about free. Not to cut you off.
Go ahead.
But I feel like for me personally, I feel like everybody wants to sell what they learn, or they want to, which again, I'm not knocking the hustle, not at all. But I'm just the type of person if I learned it, I'm gonna share it for free. Like you don't gotta, like I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not about to charge you for what I learned for free, or what I'm not about to charge you for that. Yeah. Like it just doesn't make sense to me. Like I get it, like people, you're valuable, you might go to school for this, it's your bread and butter. So yeah, you charge for classes or books or whatever, cool, that's great. But to have a conversation with me, no. You know what I'm saying? Or you wanna, hey, like you gotta suggest, no, I'm not about to charge for that. Because I get my money other ways.
I was about to say, you still get the value. If you bring enough value to the free, the pay is crazy, because it's like, okay, if you
but I'm getting paid in other ways though. I'm getting paid in other ways, so I'm not getting paid necessarily in a money sense, but I'm getting paid. It's the fulfillment.
Yeah.
It's the fulfillment.
It'll come eventually on top of
it's gonna come full circle.
Absolutely.
And I'm a strong believer in, you get your blessings and you pass them on.
Absolutely.
So, my knowledge is a blessing to me. Why wouldn't I pass it on to somebody else that needs it? And why would I charge for it?
What's your hood?
What?
What's your hood?
Hood?
Where you come from?
Oh my God, don't tell me. Don't say that.
I'm saying.
Don't say that.
Motherhood.
No.
Right? Motherhood. The most ghetto hood of them all. The most ghetto hood of them all.
That episode we found Roscoe came from Miles. I'm like, my sister know Roscoe.
Sir, I went to, I grew up in Bedford. My whole life.
Okay, that's what's up. Listen.
What year did you Bedford?
That's her hood.
You graduated the year before my sister.
Really?
I ain't gonna say it on here.
Yeah, we gonna talk afterwards.
Because she might have been mean to you or something. She might have been mean to you. But, yeah, I talk about that. Bedford, girl, you graduated with my cousins.
Yes, my last 2 years I went.
Really?
I went to Catholic school the whole time. And
Catholic school?
Yep, junior and senior year I went to Bedford.
I'm sure that was
cried to wear regular clothes, and then got there and figured out they had a lot of regular folk.
Oh yeah. Stay
in private. If your parents is paying for tuition for private school, just stay. But just stick it out. Stick it out. It ain't
private school.
Yes, I love it. For the value. This is totally separate from our podcast. For the value that you get and the experience of having smaller classroom sizes, more dedicated teachers, and then even with the uniform, the reason I wanted to not go no more was uniform. All my cousins, friends, everybody wore uniform. I mean, nobody wore uniform. We wore the skirts. And I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm coming. I'm coming with it. I got
they sell it at the lingerie store.
Yeah. That was the thing. Man, I am devastated.
It would take me to say
this wine is getting to him, aka 2 wine, aka
14%. I tried to tell
y'all. Get you loose. All right. I want to ask you one more question before we get out of here.
Just one more.
One more. So, for the people who are watching, what are 3 things that you want them to get from tonight's episode?
Oh, don't hit me with that one.
You said a lot of great things tonight.
You did. You killed it.
Okay, thank you. Which is so funny. I'm gonna be very transparent because I was just working on my why statement last night, and I was told with the wonderful women of Wire.
That's what's up.
Okay, Lonnie and Brittany.
Shout out to Lonnie and Brittany.
Shout out to the
y'all.
women in real estate Wire.
Shout out to y'all.
Check them out.
Y'all the shit.
Yeah.
So we were working on our why statements last night, and I'm thinking like, all right, my why statement, I'm financial freedom, generational wealth, building a legacy, something to get on, passed down. And so she was like, okay, but that's what's she saying? She gonna be disappointed when she sees this.
Don't be. We got it.
She said that wasn't a why. It was like a how and a what. And so she said you need to kind of like really dig deep. And so I haven't really refined or defined my why statement yet. But I hope that when whoever you are watching this on YouTube University,
that's right.
I hope that you take this and you look at it and know that you can do it too. You know, like this isn't like you don't have to have these super elaborate credentials, or you don't have to, do. You just don't have to do the things or be the person that you think. You just have to be yourself.
Absolutely.
And it's important. Like, it's really, really important. And if it is God's will, like, he's gonna show it to you. And it's not, and it's gonna feel good when you do it. Like, it's not going to be any type of confusion or disruption or anxiety or like, it's just gonna feel good to you. Like, and I'm not saying that it's not going to be challenging. I'm not saying that it's not going to be obstacle, but what I'm saying is you're still going to feel good, because after my couple deals from hell, I still wanted to do real estate. Like, it wasn't something like I'm throwing in the towel. I'm done. But I still wanted to do it. I still wanted to do it. I still wanted to know more. I still wanted to, and so I just want people to know, like, you can do it too. Like, it's you can do it too. You just have to get your mind ready, get your mind right for it.
That's good.
Was that 3 things or that 1 thing?
It was 2, technically.
It was 2? Okay. Oh, and you a bad motherfucker. That's you a bad motherfucker.
That one right there, y'all.
Oh, wait, and don't cut the commission.
Don't cut the commission.
No, but you doing it. You doing it. Sometimes you don't feel like you doing enough, but it takes for people and opportunities like this to make you realize that it's actually alright.
Walk around like that. What's the flow minute? Walk around like that bitch. You got that.
Yeah. I'm healthy. I am wealthy. I am rich. I am that bitch. Yeah. That's how morning meditation.
Affirmation.
Yes.
Man, this 2 wines, man. You dangerous.
You are. Look, slushies and all, y'all. I'm telling y'all, baskets, tastings,
charcuterie,
if for the pinkies up. Yes, come and get you the whole experience, and then once you position yourself and you say, I cannot go back to living that life, pull up to the boutique, because by the time you get there, y'all, you will have the agent you need to pull up to her personal boutique and have that luxury experience continue. So, first of all, thank you. Do you have any more questions? I don't think we can end it.
You got one more?
I know I got one more, but where can people reach you at? If they want to get to you, we're gonna
okay. So I changed my Instagram name. So let me look at it right now.
Full of joy. Is that it?
Yes, that's it. My Instagram name is Full of Joy
with an I.
With an I, because my name is spelled Joi. So it's Full of Joy, which I was thinking of changing it back. You can also reach me via email. I say that.
We will have everything linked in the description
Absolutely.
below.
Linked in the description below.
Yep.
So you can reach me via email, social media, text message. That's it. Bird, pigeon in the
pigeon carrier.
Let message in a bottle.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Listen.
Any of that.
Can't do no better than that. Hey, listen, the pigeon thing took me over. You know what I'm saying? That's a great way.
Great, and with a bang.
That's right. Oh, and she used to be in the air. And as she can best tell you, the best time to get on a flight is before it takes off. So, if you are watching this and you are thinking of working with Joi, jump on with her now, because once she's up there, she already said she only got the capacity for about 5 for sure. Make sure y'all stay tapped in and hit her up. Like, don't. But only if you're serious and not curious, right? Because we're trying to do a little bit different this year. So if you are very serious and you are ready to position yourself for the next level, she is ready to take you there. It's part of her why statement, or her previous why statement. So be sure to tap in, because she is here and she's a valuable resource, as you can see, and she a whole vibe. You know what I mean? So for sure, stay tuned. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah,
now we're gonna go get drunk.
No, we definitely are.
Oh my goodness. Tacos. I'm trying to stick to my New Year's resolution.
Ooh, see, mine is just to eat good and be around good people, and
We
because
doing
I'm part
that.
of the Pull Up Experience, I am stuck here, right? So
We doing
I got
that.
some great folk around me, and I'm so glad that you joined us. Thank you so much.
Yes, thanks for coming on.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the wine.
Yes.
Thank you. Listen, you like MC Light.
I told
You like
Oh, thank you.
you like Nicki Minaj. You cold with it, okay?
Y'all heard
Okay,
that?
you
I'm
come
putting that on my Instagram,
top
so
of the
y'all see
dome.
this snippet.
You
Go
just
back.
come top off the off the dome.
Off the dome, no.
Off the dome. She
Yes.
slick. She cold with
Yes,
it.
she cold.
She cold with it.
But oh yeah, before we leave out, y'all, once again, we want to thank y'all because the numbers are up. This gonna get like
Price is going up. Period.
Period.
Right,
Price is going up.
We thank y'all for watching. I know this right here gonna get 1,000 views, and we just want to thank y'all.
1,000?
Y'all have been killing. Yeah, we average a little bit over 1,000 views.
I'm sorry,
That's
10,000. I'm tripping.
Yeah.
I'm tripping.
Put him in behind mine.
Oh,
honey.
my
Put him in
bad.
behind
My
mine,
bad.
honey.
Recognize.
It's a dad pants, y'all. It's a dad pants.
You gotta get rid of that damn pants. You know what?
Oh, no. Don't.
Yeah.
We ain't going to get We ain't going to get tacos.
We
We not
Oh,
getting
God, man.
We going to Old Navy. Right? We going to Old Navy.
With this performance, please.
Yeah.
Oh,
We going to Old Navy.
All right, y'all. Thank you guys. Once again, we're gonna close the episode out. We're gonna talk about my dad pants. Thank y'all. We'll see y'all next time, all right?
See y'all
Peace.
next time.
Talk about dad pants. How many people out here think I'm out here dad pants?
They
it
gonna
up?
think you really